Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how are you?
I'm good, sir. What about you?
I'm blessed. Yes, we are all good. Okay. Yeah. Just to be sure that we can hear each other.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah. Hi, Pandi.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Very nice to meet you, sir, on this online platform.
Okay. Yeah. Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, sir.
Mm.
What is the time now, sir, in your country?
The time?
Yeah, sir.
In Botswana now, this is 1:42
Oh,
in the
afternoon.
afternoon.
For you, it is afternoon, right, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine, sir. For us, it is evening, sir. It is around 5 o'clock now.
Oh, are you in India?
Yeah, sir. In India, it is around 6.
Okay. Well, this is afternoon around 1:40,
For us, it is
1:42.
good evening, sir.
Yeah, so for you it is good evening.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, sir.
For us it's good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Um,
I think we have 6 different paper presentations, sir, today.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
About 6 papers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if they are all here.
Including us, 4 participants are there, sir, online right now.
Okay. So we need more of the participants.
Yeah, one is host, the other one is again co-host, it seems, and the session chairs are available, sir. I think the
Okay.
presenters will be allowed to join one by one, it seems, sir.
Okay. So you mean you want us to start right away?
No, it's okay, sir. Fine. We'll take a call, sir.
Okay. Maybe we just wait maybe 2 more minutes, 2, 3 minutes. Yeah.
If the conference committee people are okay with that, then let us proceed, sir. No problem.
Okay, so we can proceed.
We can start, sir. Yes, sir.
It's okay.
If the students are ready or if the presenters are ready, let us proceed, sir.
Okay. Okay. All right, colleagues, we have to start. We are welcome to the 11th International Congress on Information and Communication Technology, ICICT 2026, which is holding concurrently with the ICT Excellence Awards. In this session, this is technical session 4C. We have 6 papers to be presented, and as usual, presenters have 12 minutes to present, and then we have 3 minutes for questioning. So I wish you happy presentation, and we are ready to go right now. So let's start with the first presenter.
Okay, fine, sir. Let me also give the opening remarks, sir. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, fine, sir. So good evening to everyone who are hanging with me online. Okay. All of you distinguished delegates, respected speakers, fellow researchers, and participants. It is my great pleasure. Along with me, my co-chair is here, Professor Yeli Uzar, okay, to welcome you to this technical session scheduled from 11:45 a.m. to 1:15 p.m. As far as our Indian time is concerned, it is 5:15 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. So this session brings together an exciting mix of interdisciplinary research spanning analytics, education systems, networking for humanitarian applications, financial AI, digital twins, and machine learning for financial markets. Each paper reflects not only technical rigor but also strong real-world relevance. We encourage presenters to focus on key contributions and practical implications, and we invite participants to engage actively through questions and discussions. Yes, sir. Over to the conference committee members, sir. This is what we have, sir, as an opening remark.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sir.
Co-chair. Can we have the presenter who is ready? Comparing traditional and online education, the benefits, the drawbacks. Okay, there's another one.
Yeah, sir is the second one. It seems Carlos Juice, who is going to present it on energy aware, delay tolerant, and the next author is going to be Jose Naranjo.
Okay.
Then I think.
So the person who is ready, can you go on to present your paper?
Yeah, there is one other who is going to present two papers, sir. Sir is this one.
Okay.
Gurdal Ertrik sir is going to present two papers at a time.
Okay.
First and last is going to be SARS.
All right.
Yeah, over to the presenter, sir, now.
Okay.
So let
Budak is here.
Yeah.
Can you go on?
Let us move on to the first presenter, sir.
Okay. Goodell, can you go on?
The first presenter would be, sir only. Gurdal Ertrik for the paper of novel analytics methodology for revealing hidden gem technologies and a case study analysis in e-commerce. Over to you, Mr. Gurdal Ertrik.
Sir, 1 minute, please.
Hello.
Hello.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can everyone
I would
hear
like
me?
to. Yes, sir. 1 minute, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I hope you are having a great day so far. Dear authors and invited guests, welcome to the technical session. Myself, Vidhi Rangdale, and this session would be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GR Scholastic, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the 11th International Congress on Information and Technology, that is ICICT 2026, London, UK. The 11th edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was held yesterday in London, UK, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom from 25th to 27th February 2026. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive sessions through the day. In this session, we will have 6 presentations. Each presenter will be given 12 minutes for the presentations and 3 minutes for question and answers. On 10 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. There is another request to all participants that you will all stay connected with us till the closing remarks. If you have any query or update, then you can write it to me in chat box.
All right. The presenter can go on to present.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Just 1 minute. I would like to introduce to our session chair, Dr. Ezekiel Uzer Ukike, Senior Lecturer at University of Botswana. Second, we have Dr. P. Periaswamy, Associate Professor, Department of Management Studies, Sevetha Engineering College, Tamil Nadu, India. Now I would like to invite Gurdal Ertrik for his presentation on a novel analytics methodology for revealing hidden gem technologies, and a case study analysis in e-commerce. Yes, sir. Now you
Yes,
can proceed.
I have 12 minutes, right? 12 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I don't know how to share my screen. How can I share my screen? I cannot see a button.
So there would be a green button, sir, in the middle of the toolbox.
Below, you have a green button. Below.
Yes. There. Oh, okay, it's hiding. 1 minute. 1 minute, please.
Check below.
There. Okay, sure. Sorry about that.
Mhm.
Okay. 1 minute. Share. Okay. Yeah, there's a problem. My computer screen is just not showing. 1 minute, please. Oh, yes, that's okay right now. Yes. Yes, it's okay.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll just push this here. Control Shift. Okay.
Yes, sir. Your screen is perfect and you can go ahead with your
All
presentation.
right, so let's get started. Sorry for the delay. My name is Dr. Gurdal Ertek, and I am a faculty member at United Arab Emirates University in Al Ain, UAE. And this is a joint work with my master student, with our master student, Mr. Omar Abdulaziz Shakir Al Fadia. And I am going to be presenting this paper. By the way, if you would like to follow up easier, one thing you could do is you could go to this flip book, and if you scan this, a flip book will open on your telephone, and you can just swipe through the slides as I'm explaining those slides as well. So, and then you can also, of course, look at it later. So this is a very nice way to follow up the presentation. So this time, I will be presenting you a new analytics methodology. And analytics, as we know, it's combination of analysis and mathematics, okay? Or you can also think of it as analysis and statistics. So it's the analysis of data, basically. So there will be a presentation of a new methodology that has not been there in the literature before. It's very easy idea, very simple idea. And then we enhance that idea and we elaborate on it. And our goal is to find these hidden gem technologies. So these are some gems, right? So what are these technologies that empower e-commerce? But we don't want only the mainstream technologies. We all know all of those, like Google Analytics, Google Ads. We know all of those. But are there some technologies maybe few companies are using, but those companies have, let's say, too many products? Or again, few companies are using those hidden gem technologies, but then, those companies have very strong social media presence. So that is the whole idea of this research. How can we identify these technologies that are not very apparent? They are hidden technologies that empower e-commerce. That is the topic of this research. And again, this is a joint work with my master's student, and I'm a faculty member at United Arab Emirates University. A hidden gem technology is a technology, it's a specialized technology that serves as a leverage for e-commerce websites. Okay, these are specialized niche technologies, niche platforms, niche software, niche systems, niche cloud services that empower e-commerce websites in very interesting ways, and they are not very visible, just like the ones we all know. No, these are technologies that few companies have realized and leveraged upon to become very successful in certain dimensions of performance. By the way, we have earlier work on e-commerce. So if you are interested in e-commerce, you can just scan our earlier papers. And both of them are related to United Arab Emirates. You guys all know Dubai, Abu Dhabi. So United Arab Emirates is the country that has these cities and also other cities as well. Okay. So the first study was about domain names and product categories, and the other one was about social media performance. And they have been both published in Nature Springer Group as book chapters. So you can also read those earlier papers. Okay, so the objective of this project is to identify the hidden technologies, but we cannot do it, just in regular way. We have to come up with our own methodology for it. And in order for this, based on my, 35 years of data analytics experience, we will be combining just the right techniques. Okay, now this could have been done maybe with other techniques as well, but in my experience, at least this combination, when they are unified, they gave the best solution. So these are the specific analytics techniques that we will be using, specific techniques of analytics, of data analytics, that will be merged. They will be unified in a single methodology. Okay, and this is the big theoretical contribution of our study, because there has been no such methodology in the literature that finds hidden technologies, especially not like this. Okay, so that is our big contribution theoretically. Okay, and it also includes, so sorry about that. Let me just bring it up again. Okay, so I left off here. Yeah. And also there will also be visualization using MDS. MDS is a technique that I really love. It's called multidimensional scaling. MDS means multidimensional scaling. So it's a data analytics machine learning technique. Actually, it's an unsupervised machine learning techniques that takes multidimensional data, let's say 5, 10, 20, 30, 50 dimensions, 50 columns, and it reduces it into only 2 dimensions. So that's one of my favorite techniques that I will be also using. And UAE is a very significant market because the country has a huge internet penetration. Pretty much everybody is using, not pretty much, everybody is using the internet. And it's the second largest economy among the Gulf countries. And 74% of the residents are born in different countries, and it's growing. The e-commerce market in the GCC. GCC is, again, these Gulf countries, is growing around 10% every year. But then these mainstream software platforms, tools, may overlook some niche advantages, which is the motivation of this study that I'll be presenting. Our data comes from an online platform called MyLeadFox. So we have the top 10,000 e-commerce domains in the UAE, and we analyze the 363 different technologies that are used across these domains. And we don't have a specific target, but later on in data development analysis, we will have like the outputs will be our target, the metrics, the higher values of the metrics. So we also have some performance metrics. So this is where the data is coming from, MyLeadFox. And as you can see, it's an amazing tool, an amazing platform. And, it's just giving you can download, I think, 10,000 data points per day. And it's basically the whole world's e-commerce data is in this platform. And this platform, by the way, is based in the UAE. And I have communicated with the founder, Mr. Sumit Kharwal. And he's a serial entrepreneur who has done amazing things. These are the companies that he established. And he was so kind enough for us to use this data in the research, as well as actually this specific data set is also available online under Mendeley data. So if you go to Mendeley data and search with my name, you can find it. Okay, so this is the methodology. We read the data set, we fill the data of interest, we extract the data, we validate the data. So now we have our base data set. Then we select the attributes that we will be using for analysis. We remove the ones that we will not use. We create data for domain technology pairs. So basically, for each e-commerce website, we create, the data set already includes a comma-separated list of technologies used, and we just make it, in a tabular format, this format, okay? And then we now have the data set, and then we can compute the usage frequency, and we create Pareto analysis. And then for each metric, we run a loop. For each metric, we first look at there are 2 pivot tables. In the first pivot tables, we rank these platforms based on the average value of the metric value, and then we rank them according to the number of domains that they're used. Okay, and then we run this loop, and then we create bar charts for each one of them. And then we analyze this data set C, and then we also conduct data envelopment analysis. A data envelopment analysis is a technique where there are multiple inputs to a system, okay, and these multiple inputs are processed by the system to this time generate multiple outputs. So each of these units that we are benchmarking, these are the units that we are benchmarking, they are referred to as decision-making units. So we will be using data envelopment analysis, and then we will also doing multidimensional scaling. And then multidimensional scaling is a scaling techniques that takes many dimensional data, tabular data that is in many dimensions, and it just reduces it to only 2 columns. Okay, so only 2 columns. Okay, and then we do that MDS also for each metric as well. But of course, we are going to present only some of the results. And these are just screenshots. The Pareto analysis is easy. It can be achieved easily by a pie chart. It's also, comparison of group means can also be easily achieved by bar chart. Then we do the data envelopment analysis, and then we finally do the multidimensional scaling. So data envelopment analysis and multidimensional scaling. Data envelopment analysis is a multi-criteria decision-making technique. MDS is an unsupervised machine learning technique, and I use ChatGPT to vibe coding to program data envelopment analysis. For the other analysis, for these simple analysis, we used Excel, and for multidimensional scaling, we used Orange software, which I will show you. Okay, so this is something that everybody knows, right? These are the popular technologies. Google Tag, well, I guess the most popular one is Google AdSense. Then comes Google Tag Manager, Google Tag Manager, Google AdSense, Google Analytics. Then come the other technologies. So these are all technologies that e-commerce people are quite familiar with. So there's no surprise here. Cloudflare also we all know. When we go to a website, there's this icon, it says click here, or it just checks whether we are doing an attack or not. So these are all known technologies. Okay, Yoast is a very popular WordPress add-on for search engine optimization. Again, these are all very popular technologies, and this one doesn't tell us much, honestly. Okay, but then when we do the bar charts, what we see is we look at the contrasts. For example, Monatate is used in only 7 domains, but on the average, these domains have huge number of products sold. If you have too many products, then why don't you check out Monatate? Similarly, why don't you check out Flutterware? But that one is only 1 page. Maybe so Flutterware, maybe not, we don't know. But Telium, 7 domains are using this, and they have huge number of products. Okay, and of course, CloudFront CDN is very popular technology, and it can accommodate many products, not maybe as much. So you identify like this by looking at the contrast, and then you identify these hidden gem technologies. Already we identified 4 of them. We mentioned 4 of them. Okay, and then next we do data envelopment analysis. These are the outputs, and we assume virtual input of 1. So we assume unit input of 1, and these are all our outputs. The more, the better. Okay, and this is the code that I wrote in Python. And yeah, and then we identify efficiency scores. But then what we do is we also map two things together. We draw a multidimensional scaling. The multidimensional scaling maps the technologies, the efficient technologies only. Those not the efficient technologies only. The technologies that are efficient in at least 1 metric. So we combine all of them. So these are efficient platforms, efficient technologies across all metrics. Okay, and then we also put this is now currently visualized for only a single metric. We also assign color, and then we can see which technologies are used by same companies or similar companies, or which companies have similar characteristics. And this one I did using Orange software, which is very good software. And you can already see here. Remember Telium and Monatate? Those are actually outlier technologies. They are not even common with other technologies. Okay, they are not commonly used. So strategic implication is that we are now able to identify niche technology alternatives which we call as hidden gems, and they could bring us a competitive advantage in the metric that they are efficient in. Okay, and this will help us with a lot of strategic planning because most of our interpretations are visual. By the way, again, if you'd like to see this presentation, you can just scan this barcode right now. And again, hidden gem technologies are specialized technologies that serve as leverage for e-commerce companies. And this was our earlier research. Just a few words about me. I have a huge experience with statistics, data analytics, and AI. Also R&D. I have a lot of research publications. And something that I'm really, really proud of is that I'm also an active hackathon, blockchain hackathon. Not right now active, but I have joined many blockchain hackathons and we did projects on different hackathons in different blockchains as well. So that's all for today's presentation. I think I exceeded 2 minutes. I'm sorry for that. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Thank
I
you.
request, yes, yes, I request the session chair to ask questions.
Yeah, it's an interesting work. I'm interested in knowing how the comparisons with how your work compares with the existing ones that makes this to be uh, 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 according to the title of your paper, it says that this is a novel analytics.
Yes.
Can you clearly show us the novelty in the analytics? You were
Right.
showing us differences somewhere. Can you get back and let's see clearly the novelty
Yeah.
in this
The
work?
novelty is combining these different, let me show you the techniques. Okay. The novelty is the framework itself.
Yeah.
But the framework combines different techniques of data analytics. So there is no
Yeah.
such earlier research. I mean, there is outlier analysis. We all know that. But especially in the domain of e-commerce technologies, combining these four things, there is no paper that combines all of these things together, not even maybe two of them. Okay, so this is like, it's like finding the optimal portfolio of techniques and then aligning them aligning them on a properly designed methodology, like an algorithm basically. It's the data analytics methodology that will
Okay.
specifically achieve the purpose. This is novel.
Okay, that's good. So we can call it Goodall Analytics.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. So you can find if you find out that it's really novel, then we can call that Goodell Analytics,
Thank you.
and
Well, there
go by
are
that.
maybe 50 such. This is my specialty. My specialty is designing such frameworks, such analytics flowcharts. Almost all my research is this. This is what I do day and night while drinking coffee and while drinking also while eating hummus. Let's say, okay.
Have you tried to see the performance on very large data sets?
No, because I just have a data set that is limited, 10,000.
Mhm.
I didn't try. I mean, one thing that could be done is doing this in, like, for example, in e-commerce websites, let's say in the United States. Then I would have much more companies, right? Much more techniques. That would be very nice. That could be a nice extension for future research. And the good thing is, like, now that we have the framework, if you have access to data, you can apply the framework and obtain insights for that specific country or region. But I didn't do it because I mean this is just a conference paper, and
Yeah.
we just and my student Ömer, he worked so hard, and we just want to publish it as soon as possible. So we didn't want to make it a long story. But by the way, I don't know if he's watching here. I'd like to thank Mr. Ömer. He has done an amazing job in this project. I mean, he was one of the best students I had. So if you are seeing something good, it's because of him. If there are any gaps, it's because of me as his advisor. So thank you for your time.
Okay, so a final comment is since it is an analytics, you have to try it on very large, big data sets. because analytics is a component of big data. So we see how it performs, and you can report that in another paper. Thank you.
Sure.
Any other
Thank you so
comments?
much for your valuable comments and remarks, and even for future research suggestions. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Prudal.
Oh, sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it was really a wonderful presentation made by you. But nevertheless, I have some questions for you. Shall I?
Go ahead, please.
Can this methodology be applied beyond e-commerce domains?
Come again?
Can this methodology be applied beyond e-commerce?
The answer is yes, actually. Actually, it's a very generic methodology. It could be applied in any domain, actually. But I didn't want to, present it as such. I just want to present it a bit more narrow. But the honest answer is yes, absolutely. As long as you have some, let's say, uh, entities using some objects, like if you think about, in an object-oriented manner, if there are some objects and there are some, children objects, then, it's like the same data set as you would have for association mining, right? You have some, each object or each uh, entity is using a set of objects. So, and then there are also metrics for each entity. So at the most abstract level, as long as you have such a data set, it could be anything. You could apply this technique for sure.
Okay,
It
fine,
could be
Mr.
mechanical
Prudal.
systems,
Good luck.
and it's a
You have
very
one more
generic
paper to
system.
present
It's a
as
very
well.
generic one. Sorry?
You have one more paper to present as well, I understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All the very best to you, sir.
Thank you so much. Would you like me to present the next paper as well now, or would you like me to give the stage to other colleagues?
Sir,
Please,
you will have
Go
to
ahead.
give the stage to other colleagues, sir.
Sure. I'm just
Yes,
asking.
sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Dan, and thank you for the valuable questions. If you have further questions, you can also see my email here. You can send me email. And if you want to, again, download the slides, you can click here. I mean, just scan here and
Okay.
then download.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
thank you.
Thank you, sir. Moving on, we have our second paper presented by Mr. Navin Bharte on comparing traditional and online education benefits, drawbacks, and future prospects.
Mr. Navin, are you there?
As Mr. Navin seems not to be available right now, we will be moving on to the third paper presentation
That's okay.
presented by Mr. Carlos Juiz
Orange juice. Okay.
on energy-aware delay tolerant networking for migrant tracking in the Darien crab. Mr. Carlos,
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much. I'm here.
good afternoon, sir.
Let me try to share with you the transparencies. I cannot share the transparencies until the host is quitting the transparency. Sorry. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Let's see if it works. If not, please say to me something. Okay, this is not the one. Okay.
Yep.
I feel this is
Let us-
okay.
Your
Hi.
screen is visible, sir.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Is this one?
Yep.
Okay. Is moving around?
Yes.
Okay, is the second one?
Yes,
Okay,
it's
so
fine.
let's
Go ahead. Yeah.
go. Let's go this way if you can. Okay. So again, hello everyone.
You
I'm
can zoom
Carlos
it
Cuita.
if possible.
Sorry.
You can zoom it if possible.
Okay, I try.
Yep.
You see it?
Yeah, we are seeing it.
Okay. Okay. So it's moving. Okay. Can you see the second one right now?
No.
No, it is
No.
still. Yeah, it is still in the first one.
Yeah, that's what I guess. And now?
No, sir.
Now,
Yep.
yeah,
It's okay now.
Is it moving?
yeah,
Yes. Yep. Yes.
yes.
Okay. Okay. So let's start again. I will go quickly. I'm Carlos Cuiza. I'm full professor at the University of the Balearic Islands in Spain, and I'm going to present the work together with Aris Castillo, a PhD student in the Technological University of Panama, about energy-aware, delay-tolerant networking for migrant tracking in the Darien Gap. As many you know, the Darien Gap is a migrant crossing, very dangerous area in the jungle, mainly in Panama, but also other South American, Central American countries. There is no telecom infrastructure there. There are no power resources, of course, that affect, of course, the performance and the battery life of the migrants. Migrants usually move in small but dispersed groups, and that's, of course, affects the network topology. And of course, people are not experts in networks, and so migrants need some necessary autonomous solution for this very inconvenient humanitarian situation in Central and South America. So the lane tolerant network seems to be a possibility for migration scenarios. And because we have infrastructure in absence and network partitioning problems, intermittent connectivity patterns, of course, energy constraints are very important, and that's mainly uh, is a main problem in this research. And of course, it should work with heterogeneous devices for the migrants. The research contributions we are going to try to deploy in 10 minutes is the implementation of an energy-aware delay-tolerant network protocol for linear migration routes with battery constraints. We are simulating the system for migrants for a trail in the Darien jungle. We are also implementing an adaptive power management strategy in order to extend the lifetime of the battery. And of course, since we are performance engineers, the performance analysis of several scenarios, depending on battery capacities, device consumption, etc., etc. So this research contribution is just a simulation framework and a methodology based on OMNet. The simulation includes a geographic movement of people in a particular route between Colombia and Panama that takes around 1 to 2 days walking in the jungle with vegetation attenuation, discharge curves, problems with temperature for batteries, and of course, different smartphones and different capabilities of power consumption from the migrants. These are the parameters of the simulation: a small number of migrants, the battery capacity, the transmission range, the walking speed of the migrants, picking intervals, and we simulate the scenarios for a week several times. The purpose of the simulation scenarios is the typical smartphone migrant may have. So we did not select a very good one, but not also an average smartphone with power saving, take into account the limitations of communications and the survival conditions of the power battery, and trying to arrive to 40 hours or something like this of operation in order to pass 1 or 2 days during the trail. So these are some of the simulation results. Of course, there is a linear relationship between the battery capacity and the mean lifetime. Regarding the message delivery, this is drastically affected by the coverage and the energy management. For example, emergency messages reach between 70 something to almost 90% of success ratio, but status updates are very affected by coverage quality and can reach only to 45 to 65%. On information messages, even worse. So some prioritization mechanisms we apply for the emergency messages in order to have a success rate higher than the 70%, and the successful delivery rate are between 2 to 4 hops. In order to contribute something in the research, we use two strategies of adaptive energy management. The adaptive beacon management that make some improvements in the energy consumption and the network performance, arriving to energy savings of 1/3 using dynamic beacons, and also, of course, message prioritization because of the previous reason we explained. In the emergency scenario simulation research, device failures reduce, of course, the delivery ratio about 1/3, and this is depending on the centrality of the failing node. So we can arrive even to delivery rate diminishes of even 60%. So beacon intervals in the range of 4 to 6 are the convenient ones to improve the risk of the centrality of the failure. We have here 3 different alternative approaches: sub-epidemic one and the adaptive, depending on the most important parameters of the simulation, which are the average lifetime of the battery and the delivery ratio of the emergency messages. And as you can see on the right-hand side of the table, the adaptive one is the best one in any case. In conclusion, the simulation we are doing achieves 75 device survival rates and almost half message delivery success, providing some foundations for humanitarian monitoring and emergency response in the Darien jungle trails. The innovation in this simulation is the adaptive beacon management and the energy efficient routing algorithms, but this work is inspired by other papers we have in the proceedings that you can review this. Our main contribution is that the application of the delay-tolerant network research for particular problems in humanitarian technology applications like migrations in the jungle. Our results suggest that the delay-tolerant network could be a solution for extreme energy constraints and can be a help saving lives in this unreachable environment and very difficult, not only for the communications, but also for the humanitarian problems. The future work, okay. The research of Aries in the PhD is investigating algorithms in order to predict the management of the energy, considering the behavior that the users are doing, and also the conditions of temperature, etc. And of course, combining DTN with other solutions with satellite will improve critical problems like failures in order to fix and to augment the reliability, of the network. So we are going to do other simulations with more scalability in order to validate our theoretical and practical model of the simulation. And that's all. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope should be interesting for you. Thank you.
I
Thank you.
request to the session. Yes, I
Yeah,
apologize, sir.
yeah, it's a very good work, Mr. Presenter, Mr. Carlos.
Thank you.
It's a work in the direction of humanitarian technology to be able to track migrants. This has been a very important issue in recent times. We find people trying to cross from here to there, and many lose their lives, and so on and so forth. So,
Yeah.
my question to you is: are you thinking about the possibility of deployment? You are just doing a simulation now.
We are in the phase of the simulation in order to know the scalability of the solution, because we are working with very small groups of theoretical migrants, and we are not sure if this is working with thousands or hundreds of migrants together. Before
Yes.
try to deploy something on the landscape, we are trying to do something on the lab. As soon we will discover that the scalability of the problem is fixed, we will try to do something in the real world.
Yes.
But of course, before doing this, we prefer to do some experiments in the lab.
Yep. Why I ask this is because of the issue of scaling that you have mentioned. But I am thinking that there could be other better alternatives to the approach of batteries and so on and so forth. And then, and if you're going to, if assuming this were to be deployed, and then how about the security of the infrastructure? Since this is going to be jungle based, isn't it? Is to
Yeah,
track.
yes, it
So
is.
why not think of drones? The use of drones that nobody can, the drones are just sent to go and scan the area and get these things. Because if
Yeah,
you,
but as you may, yeah, it's a good solution. But as you may imagine, no one is worried about migrants. Okay, yeah, I
yes,
mean, they have to do by themselves. So the most convenient thing is given to them the power to manage themselves in there. So the
okay,
most autonomous, the most independent, and the less based on infrastructure, the better. But of course, there are other technical solutions for doing
okay,
this, or I hope that they are. But the simplistic one is the more convenient for the humanitarian problem we are facing. I
okay.
think so.
So with this approach, is it possible to determine to differentiate among those who are migrants and those who are not migrants?
Yeah. That's true. That's true. But is the price to pay. There are a lot of prices to pay here. Of
Yes.
course, the most important objective is at least having emergency messages between them and the battery life beyond 2 days or around. And this is the two top objectives. After that appear security infrastructure, so, but we are facing a problem which is more than a communication problem. Is how to give people who are suffering
Yep.
a better life during 2 days.
Okay.
A better between brackets, of course. But good comments.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Any more comments, questions?
Yeah, yes, Mr. Carlos. Yeah, it was really interesting to listen to you, Mr. Carlos. I think you've taken a wonderful topic too, particularly
Thank
about
you.
the downtrodden. It was really interesting to listen to. Yeah, I have a few questions for you. May I? Yeah. What ethical considerations arise from migrant tracking systems?
The ethical.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are not considering this in our research right now. Sorry for not answering, but we are not trying to track. We are trying to give them another protocol of communication, right? That's the end.
Okay.
The end is not using other kind of protocols and try to use a modification of the DTN, which is used, for example, in aeronautics or in astronomy, astro aeronautics, or in other very technological environments in which the communication can be broken in some moments. Okay, so try to translate and this high technology objectives to a more humanitarian issues. But we are not considering right now, not the security, not the ethics, not other very important issues, of course. But right now is given to the migrants another kind of protocol to communicate. Migrants or not migrants, governments or the people who is crossing the borders in this way.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. I have one more question to follow up. Can this model be scaled to other humanitarian contexts?
I think so, but I'm not aware about other. Of course, I'm aware of other migrants' problems. For example, Spain, we are in the same way. We have a lot of migrants crossing the Mediterranean Sea in very humanitarian problems conditions. But I don't know the applicability of this on the sea or any other weather conditions. But as soon we have a solution in the jungle, we will try to see if this can be transferred to another kind of geographical problems. We're not very sure. But because, these kind of migrants are walking together in a pathway, so in some sense, it's not very difficult to connect them. It's a completely different story having a boat in the middle of the Mediterranean, and then the boat is alone with full of people. So it's a different migrant problem. But why not? Why not? What do we think about?
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Carlos. Very neatly presented and neatly answered. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much to you. Thanks.
Okay. We go on to the next presenter.
We now invite Minshay Song to present their paper titled Evaluating Principal Agent Problems in Passive and Active Funds Using Explainable Artificial Intelligence.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'll share my presentation. Okay, I start. Hello, everyone. My name is Min-Che Song from NH Financial Research Institute. Today, I'll present our study titled Evaluating Principal Agent Problems in Passive and Active Funds Using Explainable Artificial Intelligence. This research investigates whether fund fees truly reflect value or whether they indicate potential agency distortions by combining machine learning and explainable AI techniques. Today's presentation is organized into 5 parts: introduction, related literature, methodology, result, and conclusions. First, introduction. The relationship between fund performance and cost has been widely studied. The conventional belief is simple. Lower costs should lead to higher net returns for investors. However, the debate is still ongoing. Some argue that higher cost funds may provide superior management skills and differentiated investment strategies. So the key question remains, do higher fees truly create higher value, or do they reflect something else? From a theoretical perspective, the open-end fund market may suffer from principal agent problems. In other words, fund managers may act in their own interest rather than in the investor's interest. If such agent conflicts exist, regulatory intervention may be justified. So our research question is, do principal agent problems exist in both active and passive funds? To answer this, we use machine learning models, apply explainable AI methods such as trap and line, and conduct ORS regression to verify directional effect. Our goal is not only prediction, but interpretation. Next, related literature. First, cost-performance relationship. Prior studies show mixed results. Some find that costs negatively affect performance. Others argue that high-cost funds may justify expenses through skill. However, the cost-performance relationship remains inconclusive. At the same time, potential agents' problem may distort market inefficiency. This study contributes by comparing active and passive funds directly under an agent's framework. Next, XAI in finance. Explainable AI has rapidly expanded in finance. However, most studies focus on prediction, not on identifying agents' conflicts. Very few studies apply XAI to analyze fund governance issues. Our study integrates gradient boost models, SHAP, and RHINE to provide interpretable evidence on whether fees reflect value creation or agency distortion. Third, methodology part. Let me briefly explain our analytical framework. First, we define our theoretical concern. Do fees contribute to performance or do they indicate agents' distortion? Then we build prediction models. We evaluate directional impacts using ORS, and we interpret results using SHAP and RHINE. This combined approach enhances both robustness and transparency. Next, dataset description. We use the Financial Synthetic Public Offering Fund product dataset released by AI Hub in August 2024. Funds are classified into active funds and passive funds based on fund names. The dataset originally includes 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and 12-month returns. To reduce short-term noise, we focus on annual returns. Next, variables and dataset composition. Key variables are management fees, sales fees, total expense ratio, returns, and excess returns. These variables allow us to evaluate whether higher fees systematically relate to higher or lower performance. Next, performance prediction models. We use two representative gradient boost models, XGBoost and WhiteGBM. These models are widely known for strong predictive performance, stability, and ability to handle nonlinear relationships. Even though prediction is not our main goal, reliable models are essential for trustworthy interpretation. Next, XI techniques. We apply two post-explainable AI methods. First, CHEP. It provides global feature importance and shows direction and magnitude of effects. Second, RHYME. It provides local instance-level explanation, and it helps us understand individual fund behavior. These methods open the black box of machine learning. Result part. First, descriptive result. For both active and passive fund, we compare net returns and excess returns, and we compare average fee levels. Interestingly, passive funds show low average returns despite comparable fee structures. This already raised concerns. Next, the correlation analysis shows for passive funds, higher expense variables tend to relate negatively with performance. Quantile analysis strengthens these findings. Especially for passive funds, higher fee groups do not consistently outperform. This pattern is weaker for active funds. Next, ORS regression result. ORS regression results provides directional confirmation. For passive funds, fee variable shows negative association with returns. However, for active funds, results are less consistent and less statistically strong. This suggests possible structural differences between fund types. Next, model evaluation. Although prediction is not our primary objective, we report model evaluation metrics to ensure reliability. As a result, boost models outperform OLS. Among them, XGBoost shows the best performance across return measures. This strengthens the credibility of our SHAP and RHYME interpretations. Now, the most important part. First, the SHAP summary plots show feature importance. For passive fund, expense-related variables appear as strong negative contributors, and higher fees push predictive return downward. Meanwhile, for active funds, the effect of the fee is weaker and more mixed. This provides empirical evidence of stronger agency distortion in passive funds. Next, RHYME results. RHYME results provide instance-level explanations. For specific passive funds, higher fee components directly reduce predictive returns. This supports the SHAPE findings. In contrast, active funds show more heterogeneous patterns. Lastly, our findings suggest principal agent problems appear more pronounced in passive funds. Despite having similar fee structure to active funds, passive funds generate low returns. This may imply investor disadvantage under the current cost framework. From a policy perspective, first, fee transparency should be strengthened. Second, regulatory oversight may be needed. Third, investor protection mechanisms should be reconsidered. Last part, conclusion. To summarize, first, we provide empirical evidence that agency conflicts are stronger in passive fund. Second, we integrate shape and rhyme to enhance interpretability. Third, we offer actionable insight for policymakers, regulators, fund managers, and investors. This study shows how XI can move beyond prediction and contribute to government analysis. Meanwhile, there are limitations. First, fee structures are set by funder companies, but distribution practices involve intermediaries, so causal relationship interpretation is limited. Second, our analysis relies on cross-section annual returns. Future research should apply time series analysis to capture dynamic effects. Thank you very much for your attention. I sincerely appreciate your time and I look for your questions.
Thank you for the presentation. It's a good work. Congratulations. I just want to understand the role of the SHAP, the LIME, the MAE, and RMSE.
Yes. Right.
Can you, yeah.
Could you
the models, the SHAP, the LIME, the MAE, the RMSE. Okay.
Lime equals line.
Mm-hmm.
Lime techniques.
The techniques, okay. So is it an XAI technique or a predictive model?
Yes.
XAI?
XAI, explainable artificial intelligence.
So is the SHAP and LIME part of explainable AI?
Yes.
Okay. How about the MAE? You talked about MAE some few slides before.
LME?
MAE.
Mean absolute error?
LME.
Yes.
Is it mean absolute error?
Yeah, so those ones are the prediction techniques.
A prediction model.
Okay.
We use prediction model as XGBoost and RightGBM model.
Okay. I just wanted to get that clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay, Dr. Song, I have a lot of experience with data analytics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and I really appreciate the quality of the analysis that you did. So the analysis, I believe, is excellent. Thank you so much for that. But I do have a concern. If you wouldn't mind, I would like to ask about my concern. The data set that you are analyzing, I saw the word synthetic. So is this a real world data set or is it a synthetic data set?
We use real data set, but the actual we use synthetic data set, but that return fee and numerical variable as actual.
But it says synthetic.
Synthetic means only use company name.
Okay. Then in that case, the term should be correct. Term should be masked, not synthetic. Because when you say synthetic,
okay. But
my understanding and even my concern, yeah. So it's a real world data set. All the values are real world, except the fact that you masked the names of the companies to respect their privacy.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
just
correct.
okay. Sure. No worries. No worries. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, Minchi sang. It was really wonderful. So many diagrams, really colorful.
Okay.
But still, I have a few questions with me. May I pose that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, in India, we have regulator called SEBI, that is Security Exchange Board of India. Am I
Uh,
reaching you?
so I
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah,
quite
we have a
understand your.
regulator. Yeah, we have a regulator for the stock market in India. It is called SEBI, SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India. What is the regulator name out there in your country?
This technique called explainable artificial intelligence.
Okay, fine. How this study is going to help out to your regulator?
XAI techniques used for machine learning's result interpretation. By interpretation, you
So you
propose.
are going to be very quicker in predicting price movements. Is that okay? Is that what you are trying to say?
Mm, prediction, for prediction, we use gradient boost models and explainable AI uses for gradient boost models result interpretation.
Any special indicators you have? Special indicators.
Special
Indicators, yeah.
indicate. Oh, sorry, I didn't understand your question.
So special indicators. We have got ASI, something like that. We got the indicator here in India. So you have any
Ah,
special indicator for your movements of
uh,
prices?
uh, sorry, I didn't quite understand your question. If you
No problem. It's all right. Good presentation. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah. Good job. Good job. Yeah.
Dr.
sorry,
Parisamy, I wrote in the
Okay.
chat the name of
Good.
the Dr. Pandi Parisamy. I wrote the name of the authority in Korea in the chat window.
It's okay. Fine. Fine. It's all right.
And also
Thank
I
you.
wrote a message for Dr. Song also. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
thank you.
Very nice presentation, madam.
Yeah. Thank you. We move on to the next presenter.
We now invite Jose Naranjo to present their paper on the impact of immersive digital twins on industrial process optimization, an exploratory study.
Is he around?
It seems that Sir is not available. We will be moving to next
Yeah. Good
presentee.
is always there for us.
Okay, thank you so much for your kind words, Dr. Pandi.
Yes.
We will now invite Gurudal Ertek for presenting his paper on unsupervised machine learning for analyzing S&P 500 SPX financial data.
Fine.
Hello, is everyone there? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your slides are visible here.
Yes, sir.
Great, great. All right. Me again, Dr. Gurdal. Actually, we have 4 papers in this conference. I really like this conference. It's a very professionally organized conference, and everything is very smooth. And I'm thankful to all the organizers as well as the session chair for organizing such a good conference. Thank you so much. So now I will start my second. Go ahead, please.
Yep. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I'll start my second presentation for today. Again, just like in the previous presentation, if you might be interested in viewing or following up from the presentation, the PDF of the presentation, you could go to this Flipbook URL, web address, and then you could download the presentation from here. And there's the download button there as well. So I think my co-author is also here. I saw her name, Miss Salma Omar, and Miss Zeynep Abdullah, Dr. Hanaye, and myself, Dr. Gurdal Ertek. We are now presenting our work on unsupervised machine learning for analyzing Standard & Poor's 500 financial data. So just to give a very quick background, Standard & Poor's is basically an index of top 500 companies in the United States that are traded in the stock market, okay? That are traded in stock market. So they, instead of investing in a single company, a person or a company can invest in this index rather than the specific company. Let's say instead of investing in Tesla or Nvidia, we can invest in Standard & Poor's 500 index, and the symbol for it, the ticker symbol, is SPX. Okay, so before I go further, actually I want to mention something important. Actually, it's not by chance that I chose this SPX. It's one of the, well, when it comes to prediction, it's one of the best things to choose. I mean, this SPX index is very good for analysis. I have watched many videos from practitioners in the field, traders, trading companies, trading advisory companies, and that's how I chose this SPX for the project topic. And just as an information, if anybody is interested in analyzing data for the exchange markets, then in that case, GBP USD pair is the best one in that case, which is quite stable. There is not really too much erratic behavior. It's much more predictable than many other tickers in those two different categories of investment. Anyhow, so we will be basically using unsupervised machine learning techniques, two of them specifically. Okay, the first one will be my favorite again, multidimensional scaling, and the other one will be self-organizing maps. And the characteristics of both of them are both of them are visual models, and they are also dimensionality reduction models, which means if you have a multi-dimensional data set, you just reduce it onto two dimensions. And of course, both of them are 2D, they have 2D visualizations, 2D plots, let's say. Okay, so these are the common things. And another thing about common to them is that it's unsupervised machine learning method, which means we don't have a target attribute. We just give the data, and the machine learning algorithm identifies and displays the patterns for us. Okay, so that's the characteristics of these two algorithms, these two techniques, let's say, rather than algorithms that we will be using. All right, so we'll first give an introduction, then talk about the methodology and explain the models that we created, and then look at the results, especially the visual results, and make some discussions. Again, you can just access the presentation by scanning this barcode. All right, so the objective of this study is to identify recurring patterns in weekly price and volume changes of the Standard & Poor 500 index to understand market dynamics. Okay, so we want to be, and basically to come up with insights that we could use for trading and making profit. Basically, that's the main motivation. And the reason we choose Standard & Poor 500 index, which is SPX, the ticker symbol is SPX. So if you go to TradingView, for example, if you just search under TradingView, tradingview.com, let's say, or let me go to google.com first. If you go to Google, and then if you say, okay, search under TradingView for me, the SPX symbol, okay, you can find under TradingView the chart for this, and then of course you could do different type of analysis of this chart. And right now it's increasing. The markets are in a bubble. The markets are growing, so you can see it growing. Okay, so yeah, it's an important economic indicator as well. Not only is it an index, but also it's an economic indicator. It shows how well at least the companies in the stock market are doing. I mean, if it's going down, certainly the economy is not doing very well, right? But even if the economy is not going well, it may still continue to rise. That's a different story. But at least if it's going down, certainly the economy is not doing well. So it's very interesting, and it's very also important for macroeconomic planning. Okay, macro and microeconomic planning can really macroeconomic planning can really benefit from SPX. So I wanted to really emphasize this point that SPX is really, really important. And whatever, this is also important for the following reason. Whatever we have done has never been done before. Like nobody combined SEM and SOM, self-organizing maps, together with MDS for SPX especially. Actually, they didn't even apply for other ones either, but especially for SPX, no such approach in the literature. Maybe companies, investment companies, they are using in their in their confidential models or in their confidential processes, they may be using such combinations of different unsupervised machine learning methods, but we haven't seen it in the academic literature at least. All right. So we downloaded data from 1990 to 2024, which is about 3 decades of market history. And one of the main reasons that that I choose this time frame is also related with the overall market. It was after the collapse of the Soviet Union. That's an important thing, and it was also where there was no bull market in gold and other places. So I mean, even the time frame, we taught a lot of things. Even though we didn't write these in the paper, there's a lot of practical thoughts that went into the design of the study. And there are, of course, hidden structural trends in this data set that we don't know. And as data analytics professionals, one of the things that we love to do is unearth hidden patterns. Okay, right? So that's what we want to do that are not obvious in the data set. Okay, so that's what we want to do in this study. So we have historical SPX index data from Stook financial database, and we have again another design issue. We chose weekly observations. Why? Again, there's a reason for it, but the main explanation is there's less variability. So you could have better prediction quality, because if you try to predict, let's say, 15-minute intervals, it's much more difficult. You would need much more sophisticated models, and then it's not as stable. Whereas if you choose weekly time interval as the time unit, as the granularity, in that case, you could have better results. Okay, so the key variables are price change, percentage price change, and volume change. So how much did the price change last week, 2 weeks ago? And then how much did the volume change last week and 2 weeks ago? So those are the 4 main things that we look into. Okay, rather than the absolute value of the price or the absolute, actually it's not even price actually. This is actually a ratio, but we can call it price because you trade on it. Okay, so but what we do is we take basically 2 weeks past data for percentage price change and percentage volume change, and we use those to make the predictions. And we will also do a lot of other things. Actually, not the predictions, that's a different study we are doing, but to discover the patterns, let's say. And we calculated the relative changes. We discretized the continuous data into categorical bins, okay, and we labeled for qualitative cluster interpretation. So this is the source data, Stook. I think it's a website in Hungary, I think. It's very rich data set. They have a wonderful data set. Now you can download the data set in different time intervals. You could skip some things, and then you can just get the whole data set for the time intervals that you want from stook.com. Okay, and this was the original data set that we got from Stook in green color. You are seeing, as you see, every week, January 7th, January 14th. Okay, so this is the week of January 7th. This is the week of January 14th. I think this is the date, date that it's closing. As far as I know, it's the Friday date. Anyhow, open price for that week, close price for that week, high, low, and volume. Among these, we just took the close price and volume, but then we, did some, percentage calculations. Okay, and then later, after we calculate these percentage changes, we intentionally did discretization so that we could apply association mining, which is a different study we're working on. But then we also use that same data set that we discretized for the two techniques that we are showing here. So we did discretization of these percentage price and volume changes from last week and the two weeks before and the last week. And then we also put some thresholds. So if the change was more than 1%, which is, the ratio would be 0.01, or if it's less than -1%, then we say there has been a price increase, and that one we show with I, okay? Or if there has been a less than -1, we refer to that one as D. So I means for price, I means the price increased, of course, but it increased more than 1%. For price, D means the price decreased, but the decrease was less than 1%. Okay, so then you may say, okay, what if it was in between? Well, if it was in between, we just name it N for neutral, or neutral or no change. Okay, you can choose whichever one you want to call it. Okay, so basically we have these categorical values for price change 2 weeks ago, last week, and even this week, and also volume change 2 weeks ago, last week. But for volume, we use different percentages. As you can see from here, we used 5% threshold, and we used -5% threshold to be, call that increase or decrease. And then basically we had this data eventually. The month, we turned it into a strings. The week of the year, whether the price has increased this week or not. Okay, price change this week. So zero price D means this week the price has decreased. Zero price N means last week the price didn't change at all. I mean, it actually changed, of course. It wasn't exactly zero, but the change was between -1 and 1%. So that's why we call it neutral. Then here we have another, and in the next week, this price decreased on that week. So on that year, okay, on the first month of the 5th week of the year, the price decreased, etc., etc. Then we also look, and of course, as you can guess, this will be our target. Okay, this is the target that we are interested in. Okay, but the way we will do it is we will not do prediction as per se, like in classification. We will not do it like that. We will do it in a different way, actually. And these are the predictors. Okay, but again, we will not do direct prediction. We'll do it in a very different way. Okay, so this is the predictors. Okay, so what we will do is for the target, we will not predict it numerically. We will just map it to color.
Maybe
so
network.
What's that? All right. Okay, so this is the contribution of our study is that we are combining MDS and SOM for the Standard and Poor 500 dataset. Actually, they have been used jointly for even in the finance domain only in 2 studies. So and they were not related to Standard and Poor's 500 anyway. So this is our contribution, combining these 2 techniques for Standard and Poor 500. But even combining these techniques hasn't been done much in the research study. The analytics workflow is quite simple. After reading the data, we do the continuizations, and we select the columns, and then we do multidimensional scaling, and then we also do self-organizing map. So this is the full orange workflows. You can use this software called, I'll just use orange color for that, orange software, and it could be downloaded from orangedatamining.com. So this is a wonderful software that I recommend to everybody. All right, so this is the results that we obtained. As you can see, what we are seeing here is we are seeing clusters. So the clusters this is multidimensional scaling results. Okay, so here red means increase. I'll just use red color. Okay, red means increase. Okay, so here, as you see in this cluster, we see so much red. So this cluster these are weeks where there is a price increase. On the other hand, these are weeks, mostly, in most of those weeks, there was a price neutrality. And in these weeks, mostly price decreased. Okay? So we are identifying clusters of weeks, and then we look at the properties of those data points and then see some common patterns. So we're mapping the current week's price increase, decrease, or neutrality to the color, and we're identifying clusters. And within clusters, we are identifying clusters that have a dominant blue or dominant red, especially, but we're not interested in dominant green. We're especially interested in dominant red or dominant green. Okay, and then there was another study. By the way, my students, they did amazing work here. I really congratulate them and thank them for their amazing work. So what they also did is they also did some pivot table analysis that summarized these results, so we can find these multidimensional scaling clusters that have interesting patterns. So percentage of rows with price increase this week, when we look at those, so these clusters, they have that pattern. You see the percentage is very, very high, more than 60% of the time. Okay, we have a price increase, and then we don't have such a pattern for price decrease. You see, it's been mostly a bull market, but also we do have some pattern here, but it's not as strong, because normally we would expect it to be like, somewhat equal. So we are especially looking at the clusters where there's a big gap. For example, here, you see reds are so big, blues are so small, right? So this is a nice pattern. So these three clusters are interesting to us, because here we had predominantly red color, but much less blue color. What about this one? Okay, here we have a lot red, but blue is not much either, but still these are more interesting than that. So this is, again, we are looking at the contrast, and detailed interpretations are over here on the right hand side. And we do the same exactly for self-organizing maps. Self-organizing maps takes this multidimensional data and it maps it into a grid. And as you can see, it looks like a honeycomb, right? It looks like a honeycomb. Okay. And in this honeycomb, of course, we're interested in the clusters that are predominantly blue or predominantly red. Okay. Is it blue there? Sorry, this is predominantly green. So we're interested in the ones that are predominantly red and blue. For example, this one and also this one. Much more than the original proportions. So that's what we are interested in. Okay, so for example, in this cluster, for these weeks, there is never a decrease. There is never a, wait, red color is what? Red color is increase, yeah. So there is never a decrease. There's only increase here. Red color means increase. So in those weeks, it's either neutral price or increase. So again, we characterize those clusters in that case. So which cluster is that? That's cluster SOM9. So when we look at cluster SOM9, you see in that cluster, what's happening is we're always having either increase or neutrality, but we're almost never having, we're never having any decrease at all. So what is characterizing those weeks? Then we do the profiling and we can see the characteristics of those weeks from here. All right, and this is the comparison of the two techniques. MDS is more suitable for larger similar clusters and for isolated unique instances, and more interpretable and generalizable. But SEOM also gives this interesting pie chart pattern. Okay, so that's basically, and we have a lot of detailed interpretations, so you can find them in the paper. So that's that. And again, these are slides about me. I'm a data science researcher as well as AI, and I'm also interested in blockchain. And if you're interested, you could contact me from my phone number right here. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Godak, Dr. Godak.
Yes.
It's an interesting work, and you have really explained the issues that on my side, I really don't have questions, but I appreciate the work. I
Thank
would
you
have
so
asked,
much.
yeah.
We really appreciate this conference. I personally appreciate this conference a lot. So that's why I'm really trying to do the, really high quality work as much as possible.
Okay.
Thank you.
Comments, questions from anyone?
Yeah, Mr. Gurul, this is your second paper and your presentation is really exhaustive and you have taken more than 20 minutes. Really appreciable.
Yeah.
So many diagrams, really colorful.
Yes.
Two observations. Right from the title, you said some unauthorized or authorized, something like that. It started with that.
Unsupervised.
Yeah,
Unsupervised.
unsupervised
Okay.
machine learning. May I know, yeah.
Machine learning means software
No,
algorithms
yeah,
learning from
yeah.
data.
Hold on.
And, huh?
Yeah. May I know the difference between unsupervised machine learning and supervised machine learning, sir, from you?
Sure, absolutely. So let me summarize for you. Machine learning means machines learning, right? And those machines, of course,
Okay.
they will learn through data. We feed them data, and then they get this data, and then the algorithms learn from
Oh,
that data. This way they could make predictions, this way they could reveal patterns, etc. So machine learning is machines learning
thank you,
from,
Gundal. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah,
okay, and then it could be supervised
it's
or
okay. It's okay.
unsupervised.
Yeah. We got it.
It's
Thank you.
okay? Yeah, okay, thank you. There's also
It's
semi-supervised.
okay, Gundal. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, I will get in touch with you and see what we can do. Yeah. Is that the end of the papers?
Yes, sir.
So,
Only 2 minutes. So for the closing remarks.
closing ceremony. Yeah.
Okay. This has been an interesting conference, and the papers presented are very wonderful. Indeed, they are very good papers. The quality of the papers are excellent. And I congratulate the presenters. We hope to see more of such in our conferences because it speaks of the kind of stuff the conference is made of. Congratulations to all of us. That's just my comment for now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentations and contributions in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on behalf of the whole team, thank you for the support during the 11th version and all the previous 10 versions of the conference. We will be happy to have you in the 12th version in 2027. All the presenters would be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. The publication will be live within 7 to 8 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of ICICT 2026. I also thank our session chair, Professor Ezekiel Uzur Ukike and Professor P. Periaswamy for chairing the session. A token of
Yeah.
appreciation for the chair on behalf of the team ICICT 2026 and Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners. Thank you for your valuable presence. I kindly request you all to switch on the camera for a quick snapshot of the virtual conference.
Yes, 1 minute. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good job. May I have the opportunity to give the closing remarks?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Few words. Yeah. So as we come to the end of this enriching session, I would like to sincerely thank all of the presenters for their insightful contributions and the participants for their thoughtful questions. Today's discussions clearly demonstrated how advanced analytics, AI, and digital technologies are shaping education, finance, industry, and humanitarian applications. On behalf of the session chairs, I appreciate the high quality of research presented and encourage authors to continue refining their work for their wider academic and societal impact. Thank you, one and all, for your active participation.
Thank you.
Thank you for the
Thank you,
opportunity.
everyone. Stay safe and take care.
Thank you very much indeed. Yeah.